Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Batman Annual Issue 1. And before I start talking about this issue, just want to give you guys a couple updates. Of course, I have Comic Uno episode 171, and that's show where I review all the comics I read this week in one show, and the exclusive comics are in the description below, and the link for the episode will be annotated. But let's start talking about Batman Annual Issue 1. So this is kind of a formation of short stories. It's not an annual where he's like, you must pick this up to understand the next story. It's kind of one of those more, hey, if you want to pick this up because you like Batman type thing. But let's start talking about the cover. Pretty, generic cover, just Batman standing on something. And there's about 3 stories in here. So we have our first story, which is drawn by David Finch, who is doing the artwork now. And then you have Tom King, who's writing the story, who's also the current writer for the book. And I have to say, this was the story that got to me the most. It was Bruce getting a dog for Christmas, and this dog was trained by the Joker. So Bruce is like, oh, you're never gonna make him a good dog. You're never gonna train him well. And it's all Alfred training this dog for Bruce to have him for Christmas. And it was really nice and touching story. I will say there are some times where the art was a little off, like here where Bruce's mouth was open a little weirdly. But other than that, I still really do like David Finch's art style for Batman. So moving on to the next story, which is actually from Scott Snyder, and it's some girl doing this techno thing and Bruce having to figure it out. I did like the art style though. It was really simplistic, but I actually liked that. I think it fit for the tone of the book. This one I didn't get into as much, but you could tell it was a more Scott Snyder style of storytelling. Then moving on to the Harley Quinn story, actually written by Paul Dini, which was a treat to kind of get her expressions and personality out from his writing. I would say the coloring's a little muddy at times, where the pencils, you can't really see them as much. But it was still a nice story of people caring about Harley and seeing her as like this mascot, and Harley and Batman bonding in their own way, and Batman saying for a second. So that was cool. Again, the artwork, sometimes, like these colors didn't really match very well. It was hard to kind of see stuff at times, but it's still a cool story. Then moving on to this, Batman Batman fighting this freeze person. I was not as interested in this story, and I don't like this art style. I think this is the same artist who did Hellblazer. I just don't like it. Everyone looks like mummies for some reason. Like, the line work is weird, and all their heads look really skinny, so I wasn't really into that story. So moving on to the one big thing about that story, though, I will say, is that there might be a new character, new villain who is killing people close to Bruce. So we'll see how that's connected to the future. And then we have an Arkham Asylum type story in the end. This mentally unstable person escaping Arkham Asylum, and Batman having to catch her, or him. I think it's him. Have to catch this person. And that's the end of the story. So yeah, there was actually more than 3. I guess there was like 5 mini stories. The story I liked the most, like I said, was the first story. The others, they were okay. There wasn't any bad stories, but I don't know if you necessarily need to pick this up, besides that one character that showed up. I mean, it's kind of an okay Christmas type storyline. There's like a lot of Christmas themed, or at least winter themed stories. But I don't think it's necessary to pick up for $4.99. So overall, I gave Batman Annual Issue 1 3 stars. I thought it was an okay issue. And unless you're a huge Batman fan, I don't know if you need to pick up. So, yes, I gave that 3 stars. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there are links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.